Welcome to Book Club. This is not so much going to be a review of the book. I believe you can always pick up little golden nuggets and everything. So I'll be providing some of the highlights I got from the book, and then you can decide if you want to pick up your own copy. Today I'll be discussing Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Crushing It, How Great Entrepreneurs Build Their Business and Influence, and how you can too. Published in 2018, this is a follow-up to his 2009 book, Crush It. And in full disclosure, I haven't read that book, nor have I seen Gary on any platforms before reading this book, so you'll get a pure, uninfluenced discussion of the book. The introduction, Gary defines success as your willingness to do whatever it takes to make social media tools work to their utmost potential. And that's what he wants to teach you how to do in this book. He wants you to stop making excuses. You can decide to stop messing around and achieve what you want to achieve, or admit that your version of crushing it looks a little different than what you originally thought it did. So you want to get focused and execute. Gary also, though, prefaced, if you're earning what you need to live the life you want and loving it every day, you're crushing it. Let's talk about chapter 1. Everyone should build a strong personal brand to attract customers and advertisers. You're going to use social media platforms to do this. We're going to be talking about those platforms later on and how to use them with your valuable content to gain that influence. As a reminder, no matter how much success you have on a platform, never limit yourself to any one platform or even one topic. You want to experiment with new up-and-coming platforms, get in and established early on with those new platforms so you can be an authority. Build your influence will require risks. It's going to take all your mental capacities, your time, and your leisure. Are you ready to do that? In chapter 2, I took the most notes on this chapter. It probably isn't stuff you haven't heard before, but I'm going to highlight it here and you can get more detail on my blog. Gary talks about the 8 essentials of entrepreneurship, the 3 characteristics successful entrepreneurs share, and the source of success. Basically, you want to find your niche, grind away at it until you're ready to expand, and recognize that earning money might take 2 to 3 years. You don't want to get rich too quickly, or you can sacrifice your chances for long-term wealth. Make sure you aren't overthinking your content, agonizing over your decisions, or taking forever to make up your mind. You should be making content, distributing content, engaging with your community every day. Some good advice here: if a relentless work ethic sounds unhealthy or too much, pay attention to those feelings. Self-awareness is vital. Don't become so comfortable on any one platform that you don't take the time to develop solid skills on the others. On the other hand, you don't want to cling to your favorite even when it's become ineffective or overpriced. Then we're going to move on to chapter 3, which is disseminating content that is specifically designed for each of the platforms. For example, on Twitter, people are there for current news or pop culture. On Facebook, catching up with family and friends. On Snapchat and Instagram, they want to have entertainment, and YouTube is your long-form video. So focus on creating one pillar piece of content that can then be splintered into other smaller bits of content. If you learn by watching, create how-to videos. If you learn by reading, write blog posts or books. The learning process should be part of your content creation. Great content hinges on great storytelling. So let people watch you develop and grow. Embrace your newness and forget perfectionism. I feel seen. Use social platforms 3 to 5 times a day to share the world through your eyes. Let your audience meet your cranky uncle. Let them see what you're having for lunch. Let them follow you around. Work at it every day. Analyze your content. Engage with your audience. See what resonates and what doesn't. And study other personal brands to see what strategies you can adapt for yourself. Put your stuff up and see what the market has to say about it. Take it down if no one likes it. Then change it up and try again. You have to take risks and learn from your mistakes. Consider the purpose of your content and ask what is going to be of value before you put it out. Chapter 4 is called What's Stopping You. He talks about 3 different types of fear. First is fear of failure. What you're really afraid of is being judged by people. No one who plays it safe ever makes it big. Fear of wasting time. Every platform is worth some investment. Of course, not everyone will feel like a good fit. but give it a try. And the third is the fear of seeming vain. Smart entrepreneurs don't care what other people think. Okay, so you want to care about the quality of your content, the value, and the customer experience above everything else. Chapter 5, the only thing you need to give yourself to crush it is permission. Be confident in who you are, which is unlike anyone else. When you really own it and put yourself out there and be you, your vibe will attract your tribe and you're going to be able to make change. Chapter 6 is called First Do This, Create a Facebook Page. Chapter 7 is Get Discovered. Your absolute breakthrough opportunities will be developed in 2 ways, a hashtag strategy and by direct messaging people to offer something of value in return for their attention. Both require an unbelievably long grind. Collaborations are the most tried and true way to grow a fan base quickly. Being a relative term, count on the process taking years, not months. And if that follows you, Gary says goodbye. Biz deving this way is hard, tedious, and time consuming. That means most people won't do it. Chapter 8 is Musical.ly, and that is no longer in existence. So we're going to move to chapter 9, which is Snapchat. That takes a combination of tactics and strategy to get noticed because Snapchat limits the tactics because of the temporary nature of the content and there are no hashtags. It forces you to show your personality. Are you intelligent? Are you funny? What are you bringing to the table? This is the place to become a superior marketer and branding expert, which is a long-term player, not just a conversion-based digital salesperson, which gives you the short-term gains. How do you get noticed on Snapchat? Well, add your snap code to the bottom of your email, wear a t-shirt with your snap code printed on it, or create custom geo filters, or collaborate with other people. Chapter 10, Twitter. This is where everyone goes to get the latest update on news or pop culture events. Done wisely, the engagement will compel people to seek out your content on other platforms. It's harder for people to break out here as personalities, but here are a couple strategies. The first is to listen to find the conversation threads that lead you to the people passionate about the same things as you. The second is to use the direct messages there because there's going to be less competition there than on, say, Instagram. So Twitter has a lot of opportunities for you to prove why you're special and deserve to be respected. Chapter 11 talks about YouTube, one of the most important platforms for building a personal brand, though Instagram is closing the gap quickly. Remember, this was written in 2018. Document, don't create. So show people how you learn as you go. Don't ever decide for yourself that videos about you or the things you like won't be compelling to anyone else. Let the market decide that. Give yourself a year to adjust and try different approaches. See what kind of responses you get. Listen to your audience. Ultimately, it's all going to boil down to this. Don't let perfectionism be your enemy. Do an infomercial, a morning TV show, a Q&A show, a how-to show, a cooking show, mentoring, interview people, film a vlog post every day, share what you like, what you don't like, your diet, anything you think might be of interest to your viewers. And make sure that you look up the current video and channel optimization for YouTube. It was in the book, but again, it's 4 years old, so I didn't want to recap it here. Chapter 12 is Facebook. If you're going to build a personal brand and try to monetize it, you have to have a Facebook page because just about any type of content will work on Facebook. It's great for someone also with a small budget because of the promoting costs and the targeting is very good. Join groups of interest and interact with the members. Collaborate with fan pages with a lot of followers. You don't always get a high response rate there, but this is something a lot of people aren't probably doing. Chapter 13, Instagram. It is getting more crowded, but even back in 2018. Tactics you can use to garner awareness. Hashtags, collaborations, tagging people, ads. Make sure your page is full of great content and search those relevant keywords. Chapter 14 talks about podcasts. They're far less intimidating than doing a video. You can produce the best content that you can and have a show that you can promote through other social media channels. Encourage symbiotic relationships with others who have bigger platforms than you. You're going to want to create micro content or memes from those podcasts and put it on your social media platforms again. So engage your audience one-on-one, ask them what are you struggling with, Listen, let them tell you what their pain points are, what their obstacles are, what their struggles are. As the person they know, like, and trust, who's been giving them free, valuable content for a significant amount of time, you'll be able to provide the solution in a form of a product or a service or in a community setting. Chapter 15 is Voice First, Alexa, Siri, Google Assistant. You're going to create a flash briefing, a super short piece of content that's going to suit the reason people are coming. You basically have 3 milliseconds to capture their attention. You can use a 1-minute version of something that you podcast, a video, or a live stream. So at the end of the book, the conclusion, Gary says, quit being a student of entrepreneurship and start doing the work. Amen. Innovation makes people uncomfortable. We should care desperately about everything, yet not care at all what anyone thinks. Someone will always be trying to tear you down. Your talent has little value without your patience and persistence. Success takes a lot of work, and the people who ultimately break through and crush it are those who get all that and go for their dreams anyway. Success will happen faster for some people than for others, but if you're loving life and doing what you were born to do, you'll be going in the right direction. Thanks for coming to my first book club. For more information on this and other book club selections, go to the Business Book Club page at coremarketingnow.com.